Are you all ready? Ready for the game? I have something to do before I begin. Begin. Right there, right there. So yeah, just give me a second. Maybe put on my hat. Yeah, it'd be nice to put on a hat. Maybe get a glass of water. All right, ready to begin. You know what? Everybody makes their own decisions, right? Everybody likes to play games in a certain way. And my game that I like to play is, hold on a second, I forgot I wasn't wearing a shirt. The game I play is partly in the game of life in my choices. And I don't drink much water lately. I'm drinking a lot of carrot juice. So I put up that video, and I wanted that to be the beginning because I wasn't going to go live, but then I felt I was missing a little bit of action. Elementary, that's all it's ever been, a ship of crooks. Ship of crooks, yes. Oh, now I can see me better. Dollars and cents. Who cares, right? Who cares? Unless you're looking for some information. What kind of information can I be looking for? An equation. It's a setup. What do you call this? In English, we break it down to nouns, categories. That's a category. We have equations, and we also have something else. I'm trying to remember what it is. The way things are, how we break things down, how we put them back together, how they rock together. So when you're talking dollars and cents, what can you tell me? Obviously, nobody ever tells me anything. I'm talking and all this. So because well, I'm not talking that you don't say anything. I'm just saying that, okay, you got to get involved. See, what it is when you have 85 cents and you're talking about cents, you got to put a decimal, like a period. Okay? Do you have the period or you don't have the period? So the 2 cents that you put in, or the 2 zeros that come in the cent area, you don't put 0 cents, do you? You can put 0 cents. That'll be a single digit if you want to count 0 as a digit. And 0 has a name. Zero. Z-E-R-O. It says gold. The gold. The gold. Equaling to 64, turning it over into 34 and or 43, and you got hot and cold. You got red and blue. You've got purple. You've got Pegasus. You got 88. You got 7286, the constellation NGC. And it ain't me. That's the truth. All that I said, all have relationships to each other. So where do you put the period? I don't know, but you got to go to the store, because when it starts, we don't want to plug it up. We just want to save it. So we confiscate it. We confiscate the period. And the easiest way to compensate the period is when the egg meets the worm. When the egg meets the worm, then it stops for a period of time because it becomes a feeder or something like that. But I'm just using the basics of it and what a period is, okay? A period is at the end of most of every sentence. What happens after a period? Is it a new paragraph? Sometimes. What is the reason that we put the period? It is we stopped. We said what we had to say. We stopped and we continued on with something else. So we have up to 99, and after 99, you never have more than 99, because that next penny you got, imagine you started with 0. You only get 99. because the next one puts the 1 on the other side of the period, and then you got 2 zeros. You went from 99 to 1.00. That's what happened. That's 100. That's 100. Now, if you moved away that decimal, see, it's $1, but it's 100 pennies. But what happens? What happens, okay, if we had 10? 1000, 1000. But we're going to put back the period in the proper position to just keep the cents over to the right. So we end up with $10. 1,000 pennies without the period, $10 with the period. We have 2 numbers to the left, 2 numbers to the right. The numbers to the right were 90, 90, 90, 99. So if anybody has ever watched Reboot in their life, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 99. That's what they talk about, and the TV set. So now, when you go into dollars, when you get to $1,000, what you do is it's not a period after $999.99. That one next penny takes you over to the other side, and when you get there, you put a comma. So you have a comma and a period. Just trying to understand the numbers, understanding the numbers, understanding the gimmick that they teach us. You see, you can't hide all the secrets, because sometimes even those who created the game, right, that need to hide all the gold. Gold is pliable. Need to hide all the gold. Why gold? Why gold? Why gold? Because these words are all gold. These are golden words telling the absolute truth that everybody uses, nothing hidden inside of them, but the games that they are used for. Have you ever noticed there is something, and this is the continuation, and it is the word and. We say trumpets, horns, guitars, and. When we mention the last one, we say and. DNA number 19, the church, the spirit 13 by 7, 7 by 4, God, time on the cross, and. At the same time, we say and. We're going to do it in French. In French, it's ET. 25 Earth, give me the Q, I'm ready to go. Q is where we stand. It's an obligation to have Q inside your heart, because Jack will tell you, you must stand on Q. And then Jack was tied up, handcuffed to the water pipes below the decks on the tie 10 up. So if you're tying 10 up, you're tying up an angle, because the numeric value for 10 is 39. It's also 3 and 9 that says C and I. The total of the 2 values equal to 12, equaling to the L. And all of a sudden, I got CIL. You know, the paint. Also, when you say L, it's in the E family saying EL. Now you have CL, which is number 29. CIL is 24, and with the E inside, it is 29. And that's the exact position. Just everything is by coincidence. It doesn't mean anything, because the 29 and 24, when they come together, they're pretty special. And if you're a pianist, you should know. So the reason for that is because from left to right on the piano keyboard is the 24th, ding dong, center C. And from right to left, going 29 over, 28 and the 29th, center C. Total 53. Electric company. When the 2 meet, although it's 52, you meet on both sides and you connect. You come in this way and you go that way after. Together as one. I'm on the planet. Look at me. Don't ruin me. I'm perfect. Whatever went wrong with me is man-made. I know it says it everywhere. Man-made, man-made, shipped and delivered to your house. We'll even come here with Muhammad Ali and give you a jab. 3 minutes, 180 seconds. We're halfway there, and we've got the spirits riding high right here. Perfect. God gave it to us. He gave it to us in the Word, and He entertained us with games, and He's telling us all the information. You don't hide all the information. Man-made, with odds that everybody can get a portion of the incoming knowledge, but they don't tell you how to read it. They taught you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know, in reference to Sesame Street, in reference to Webster's, in reference to Encyclopedia Volume 1, always in reference to. Where's my reference? Oh, I see numbers, but there's more. There's way, way, way more. For me, there is, and I'm getting into this because I feel it, and I know it, and I've been doing this for 11 years. And someone tell me I'm wrong. Tell me this is not a dice cube. Tell me that's not a 1 dot in the 5 position compared to my keyboard or my telephone. Tell me my telephone doesn't have 3 on this side and 3 on this side. You know, it's my mother and my father. My mother and my father, right? They had, my mother had a mother and a father. My father had a mother and a father. When my mother and my father came together, they had a child. Their mother and fathers became grandfathers to me, the 1 in the 5 spot. That's who they were. My mother and father, 2 different families. My father had a mother and a father. And my mother had a mother and a father's. So there were 2 here in 1 and 2 here in 1. And they all came together. And guess what? We ended up with 2 grandmothers and 2 grandfathers. Right? And then my mother has a child and has a mother. So there's a story going on in here. And the child comes out so bright and the only 7. But that's not the only thing. Because has anybody heard to céder the dice, to throw the dice? We have to do this in French and English. I have to do it in French and English because of the star system. This is the addition. This is the multiplication. How many squares did I use? What is this? Here's the $sign. I'm just jumping around, and I'm jumping around because it's right in front of me. Here's the $sign. The obligations of cutting S in half. But did I actually cut anything in half at all? Right? I just have to do that. Right? And now it's not in half anymore. Now it's telling a different story. See, it's telling a complete different story. I don't know what the story is. I'm just trying to show you that maybe if I continue this, maybe there will be a different story. I don't know. I'm jumping off a line, taking a chance on this. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, boy. Okay. Let me see where this came in. Hold on a second. It came here. Where is this? This is one. Did I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Jumping around, try and keep up with me. I shouldn't have gone off the subject, but I'll get back to it in a minute. So this will end up going to here. Just 1 second. And then we have to run this over here. I don't know what it's looking, but now I have to do it on this side. Then I have to do it on this side. Otherwise, it's incomplete. Right. But anyways, we're going to leave that out. So here's the thing. Here is your. So this is what it must look like. It must look like this because I'm showing you the minimum by getting this comma out here. This is the minimum size. So this would be, okay, imagine if this wasn't here, right? And that wasn't there. That would be 1, 2, 3.
it would be 100,000. And if it was binary, it'd be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. And I'm going to stop here because it's 1 times. This is the house. And then this is the answer. 24, 28, 29, 30, 3, 7, 15, and 16 is 31. 31 and 1. That's what it is. 4 and 2. Where am I? Yes. Mercy. Have mercy on me, right? But mercy and merci. In French, this is merci telling me about the sky. But when you say the word si, as in yes in Spanish, it's actually looking like 51. And I like to work my things that way. I like to work my things that way. And why I believe the I has a dot on top of it is because of the equation I did yesterday, and I'll show it to you again. It's very simple. Here's a dot, here's a dot. Whoop, I didn't want to do it this way. Here's a dot, here's a dot, here's a dot. Whoop, I didn't want to do that. I'm going too fast. Slow down. The bus ain't leaving. This is bowling. When you go bowling, this is the pin setup. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a total of 10. I'm not going to count this one. We have a total of 10. So what we do is when we connect 2 of them together face to face, right, the pin key, when we put face to face, because bowling for me is just a setup of something else. It's a clue, part of the word of God showing us something else is coming. My question is, if I put 1 here, right, and 1 here, and 1 here, are they trying to tell us anything? Is there a story inside of this? But anyways, let me continue on to show you that here are the 10 pins, A, B, C, and D. That's the way they are arranged, okay? When you connect another 10, you must remove, okay, a kingpin. So what you do is, here's your thing, and now we're going to go 1, 2. I'm going to create the same thing over here, just I'm making X's on this one. And we connect it this way. So we connect one world with the kingpin. This one is not. And then this is the connection to the 2 worlds. I mean, there's many ways you can design this if you like, but now we have 19 pins, the letter S. And not only that, we've now reached onto the other side because everything is up to 15. And then we have the link. Actually, it's less than that. It's 14. The reason for that is the 14, number 14 over here. Just trying to see if I can get this right. I think I got that right. Okay. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, and 14. The roulette table, I'm assuming if I want to go this route, okay, will 14, 11, 8, 5, 2 would be 20, 26, 29, 32, 35. This would be basically the setup of it. I'm going to try and see if I can color that in so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, we're going to use, let's say we'll use red for the center. Okay, and I'm going to use green for the outside. This is the minimum size of the betting pattern board in roulette. And the reason I chose to design it this way, okay, is because these numbers create a cube. They also create the hexagon. When I finite design, I'm not sure if you can see a few of them on the floor right now. So that's what this is, and this is a plug-in center. And this plug-in center is 111 plus 37 equals to 148. There are 666 in numbers. When you add 1 to 13, it equals to 91 plus 15 is 106. So 106 and 148 equals to 254. Minus 666 equals to 214. DNA, beta DNA. There's a lot of things I can say. I'm not going to say anything. Just leave it at that. Okay, I'm just showing you that there's equations that come from it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create another bowling pins. I'm going to do 3 of them. Why? I'm going to do it for the turkey. Because when you go bowling, you can get a turkey. I mean, I went bowling. I mean, I got quite a few turkeys sometimes, and I didn't know where to put them, you know, so I put them in the freezer. So I got some turkey. So now I'm redoing it. But in this one, I'm not doing it the same way. I only got 6 pins. Remove pins. So in row A, now I didn't get to this. In row A, right? And then in row B, there are 2 pins. In row C, okay, there are 3 pins. In row D, there are 4 pins. Now, you can also look at this another way. Hold on a second. Whoop, that's not it. You can also look at another way. You can say, I got 4, I got 3, I got 2, and I got 1. That's another way we can do it. I'm not sure what the story is yet. I haven't made up a story. You know, I haven't made up a story. Not at all. Not one bit. No story here. No story here. I wonder if I drew another one of those, what the design would end up to be. It's like a number 5. Have we seen that before? Should we continue this design? Anyways, let me finish with this. So first, I connected my first 10. Then I connected 9. Now I connect 6. And the reason I connect 6 is because I already have the 4 here. I'm going to double them up. So I don't know what equation and how to calculate that. But hey, hello, Dusty. Hello, Dust. Hey, Nick. How you doing? Okay, just let me continue. So here you have 6. Okay, here you have 6. Here you have 6. How should I connect this? How should I connect this one? Here I have 6. Not sure how to connect it. Don't know how to connect it. Just thinking. Right? And when I connected this one, maybe I should have not drawn that line. Should I have drawn that line? Did I do that on purpose? I don't know. I'd have to rethink that design again. There's just so much going on. I don't take my time to look. And all of a sudden, just from that design, you have the just like in the deck of cards, right? Something in front, you know, I don't see all the bones. I don't see the guts that's inside of you. All I see is the spade. Maybe it's the club. Could be the club. Could be the club. I don't know. So there's like a whole system inside the club. You have no idea what's going on. Almost reminds me of a Bugs Bunny character or something like that. Anyways, okay, let me continue on with this and see where I was. Okay, so we did the dollars and cents. Okay, I used all these zeros to talk about binary. So if we're talking binary, and I'm using a decimal with my zeros, binary in the sense is going to be a total of 3 in binary. In the first section of binary, we have 4, 8, and 16. I'm not sure if I want to use 684 to mean anything, because this combination is 684, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. I don't know if I want to do that. Binary 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is my next number. I got 168 hours in a week. Seven times 24 or 6 times 28, 168 hours in a week. In Monopoly, there is one center, and then the Monopoly board is around one center. There are 168 and 1 in Monopoly. But over here, I have 168, and then I have 24 hours in one day. So it's just like almost self-explanatory. So the reality of this going up in binary, okay, this 16 would now create the 7. That 7 is telling me about the gateway, the second gateway of F, because the 7th letter is a G. Okay, the 7th letter is a G, the 8th letter is an H, and that will make a sound of an F, like in laugh. When you add them up, singularity, 3, 7, 15, and 6, 21, and 1, 22, because it's counted separate into this range, 22. So we did that. We did the dollars and cents. This was an obligation. If it was binary, we said this would be 3, and this would be 12, 18, and this would be 19. This would be 1. This would be 1 and 3, and it'd be 1 times 1. Okay, when you go to the bathroom, this is telling me it's a number 1. It's not a number 2, and it's not both because it's not a number 3. That's where pi fits in. We did merci. This is talking about Mercury and Mars. It means, I think it means thank you in English. It's supposed to be the SI in C as in Spanish. And this is why I say when I hear this sound, I'm always relating it to Area 51. Now, I started with the letter I as the 9th letter, but I am going to include in the I as the 9th letter, okay, which this dot lives inside the 9th letter from the 5 position. So the dot is actually telling me I am 9 as part of 10, as like I showed you in the bowling over here. I am 9 as part of 10. Let me do that. I'm going to do it a little bit bigger. Did I get that right? That seems pretty weird. Did I get that right? No, no, no. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Okay. Okay, that's right. So here's the 10. So it's when I add on to the other side. I think it's here. Is that what it is? Here, and then here. And then, is it here? Here, and then here, and then here. And then here, and then here, and then here. Sorry about that, that I got something in the way. And here. So here's my 10 and 9. First, I made my 10, right? First, I made my 10, and then over here, I make my 9. 10 and 9. Bevolé. I don't know. It looks like a sleeping bear of sometimes. I don't know. Bank of Montreal. I don't know. 2 entries. Now I got to make one on this side, but I'm not going to do it. So this is where my 9 connects to my 10. And I take this, right? And if I even want to do it, I can plug this directly in. Can I plug it directly in? Can I do that? Let me do this again. I want to plug this into here. Let's see if I can move it up. Or maybe I can't plug it in and just count this head pin and just connect it like that. The two head pins came together, right? And I connect it like that because, well, I can do that too. I connect it like that. See that? 8. Now I'm going to create another one over here, and it's going to go a 0 you're going to have in between because of the empty space. Or maybe I'm going to overlap the corners. I'm going to get one bowling thing here, one bowling thing here, one bowling thing here, one bowling thing here. I got to build this up and see what it brings to me. Okay, just going to take a second right now. I want to read what you guys have put up here. Oh boy, there's a whole lot today. Everybody's busy, eh? Who needs words anyways? It ain't worth a dime. Art teaches life. A time frame period. Hola, Nikki. Smile, Ledford. Haha, the second level dollars. A city with streets of golds. That's wherever. Walking the deck. Who's ready to ride? Thumbs up. How are you? Gold Dust here. Just logged on. Sounds fascinating. Decide your bead is buttered on. Decide your bread is buttered on. Oh, good. I like that. Yeah, sure. Decide your bread is buttered on, right? Hey, Gold Dust Birds. Okay, please post video afterwards so I can rewatch this. Okay, I will. And there's a video up at the top that's part of this video. And I decided to go live before my supper and shower. Oh, this is terrible. I got to adjust the screen. Let me adjust. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. I do not want anybody to watch a bad screen. Did we talk about the piano? Pi, ring, and no. And it's not only and no. You got to say and no. You got to say and new. And the reason we have to do this is we have to understand in certain words in creation, right, is I drive. Okay? I drive, and the past tense is I drove. I drove them out of town. I wonder if you drove Rover or you have a driver. You'd be playing golf if you had a driver. Are you starting from the front 9 or the back 9? Are you starting from the back 9 on hole 10? Or are you starting from the front 9 on hole 1? So you're starting from the back 9. You're starting on the back 9 at hole 10. But you're not at the hole. You're actually at the tee. So you have to get the tee all the way to the flag. There's all kinds of stories going on in this. You think it's just driving golf, and where do these games come from? A game had to come from somewhere. Pi piano is telling me broken up into 3, and you have 3 pedals. You also have 3 by 16 is 48 plus 4, or you have 4 times 13 equals 42 plus 10, just showing you the keys on the piano, how to calculate all the keys. But I don't really want to get into that. We understood the dollars and cents, the merci, the C, the I, why we have the dot on the I, and the same thing goes for why we have the dot on the small j. J is the 10th letter. I and J both have dots, and the bowling showed us they go together. Or at least it showed me, or at least it showed me it can go together. There's a possibility. In the word merci, I'll say, okay, this will revert to 51, which is the value of Mars, the painted sky. And number 39 is angels, and this is 29, the birth, electric company, 11 craps. And what are the odds on 11 craps? Does anybody know? We did this. We did a little bit of the bowling. There was something at the beginning. I don't remember the exact part of the beginning. We did the dollars and cents. Venus Williams and Serena Williams. I was working on their numbers. Venus, 81. Serena is, I think, 62, 24, 42, 47, 57, 61, 62. Yeah. I get a lot of that. God, Venus. Right? Venus, Serena. Something in there. Just Renee, E-R-E. I'm just N-A. Anyways, okay, not getting into that. The universe is like cheese. That's this. I had a revelation yesterday just thinking about it. Just only makes sense that the universe is cheese. And the reason I'm saying cheese, because it's not just any cheese. Well, it's mostly all the cheeses, because what I believe is we're always drilling out in space. Yeah, drilling out in space. What do you think? Earth just is Earth, and they didn't fill up the rest of space? They're talking about vacuums and this and all kinds of stuff. So I think that space is holy. I mean, when you get married under the NO, the ring. And you get married under the chuppah. And we're always saying the holy this and the holy this, and you put your hand on the Bible. And when I think of Bible and I say Bible, it reminds me of little mice nibbling, okay, and leaving their little dribble. So I'm thinking about space, and I'm saying there's got to be all kinds of holes in space. That's what I'm thinking. And if there's energy, is there energy just inside our dome, or is there energy outside in space? Because it only makes, you have to do things that are relative, logical, possible, impossible. Yes, the impossible has its own category because you haven't made it possible yet. Because otherwise, why would you say it's impossible? Because something that's impossible is something probably you want to do. Well, that's not possible. Well, then why are you thinking about it? Why did you come up with it? Why did you come up with the possibility if it's impossible? Because you're trying to figure out a way for the possibility. Yeah, so I just think that real space is some sort of cobweb network, not actual cheese, but the sort of set up that way. And I believe a lot of, like, they say Earth is running out of this and Earth is running out of it. Yeah, I believe maybe we are running out of these things, or we're running dry, or we're a system and there's gears in the ground and we need the oil there for another reason as weights, so who knows what. But I also think that there's tons and tons of reserves all around the galaxy that we can, that are being put into the Earth constantly. And then again, we can be fed just by breathing. I believe there's a very good chance we can be fed, yes, just by breathing. And not in full part, but I was just watching this episode on it, so I don't know the possibilities. I'm not a scientist, and everything I say has come from somewhere before me. I'm not sure where we should go with this. There was an equation I was working on yesterday. I did not finish. It was Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito. Bobby Orr, number 4. What was the number of Phil Esposito? And something to do with Philadelphia as well, and Boston, Adelphia, and Defia, and I don't like to say it, and the pedo stuff, Philadelphia pedos. Then I was working on 72, because 72 is 3 days. 3 days and 1 day, equaling to a full rotation of 96. 3 days and 1 day, 1 day and 3 days. 3 days and 1 day, 3 out of 4 doctors. I was working on the plus minus of 43-43, 43-34, 43-34, plus minus. What do I mean? I'm trying to find a happy equilibrium between 43-43, which is 88, and 34-34, which is 68. The middle is 77, Christ. But in the word Christ, it says first. And in one of our equations that I had mentioned, and by the way, the will I am is William. The will I am, Siam. There was a word here with IST. Oh, pianist ends in first. Pianist, IST. Every time you see IST, it's first. And as well, it's last. And it's last because last ends with ST. LA, 121, 1111, 121. Plus 22. Is that 133? 133. So that's what it is.
I'm not sure if I talked about the CENTS 3, 8, 22, 32, 42, 52 cents equals to 42 plus 19 for 61, creating the house planet, the birth, the spirit. I'm going to show you why. Number 19 and 42 together. 42 will create 6886. 43, 43. 6886 in basic is 2 times 43, which is hot, hot. 2 times 34, which is cold, cold. So it's blue on blue, BB, the baby, blue on blue, it's a boy. Or it's hot, hot, it's red hot. Mix that with a little purity, it's a girl. The other number was, where's that other number? The other number is 61. It's 61 or 16, whichever one you want. It's right here on the dice cube. 61 is the church. 91 is the word spirit. 13 by 7 equals 91. 1 and 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 7 is time. 7 and 4 is Jesus. 7 and 4 is the cross. So I like to say time on the cross. Anytime you have to include more than 3 items, in French, you will add the letters ET. In English, we'll add DNA or AND. That's what happens. So when the third one shows up, all of a sudden the ET has arrived. Do you understand why? Because when we speak, are you bringing everything? Yes, I'm bringing the cards, the books, the bikes, the hats, and I will bring the last piece. So the last piece is, oh, they're smoking downstairs. I got to shut my door. Yeah. Yes, I can smell it. I can smell it. Everybody knows my hat, right? Right? Not only, I'll tell you one thing. The only time I want to wear my jab is here. That's the only time I'll wear my jab. Right there, right? You want me coming at you? There's my jab. It's here. That's the only jab you need to know. You get sick by your thinking. Your immune system weakens by your thinking. So if you want to get the jab, my friends, you just go right ahead. But your first jab should be here. Think it all out first. Understand, know, where are you getting your information from? It's not how many people give you the same information. It's the one person that gives you the correct information. Remember that. It's not how many people give you the same information. It's the one person that gives you the correct information. It's the difference. All those who say something different. I'm going to go down, go down, go down, go down. I can play piano. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. From the big money, folks. Please explain electric company. Well, I call it electric company because it uses the initials EC. In the game of craps, I never understood what EC meant. And I always thought it was any craps, which is AC. But it happened to be 11 craps, which is 6 and 5 on a dice. No, 11 is not 1 and 1. It's 6 and 5. 1 and 1 is 2. But sometimes when you see 1 and 1 next to each other, it's 11. So we have to understand that dimension of reality. So electric company is part of Monopoly. I think it's the, I don't remember which area it is, but electric company and waterworks is what powers everything. Without the water, there is no electric. And I don't care what you say, because without the water, there is no electric. You can have the wind, that's fine, but there's still water in the air. There's still water in the air. There's still water in the air. What is the air made of? What is this made of? When you get the weather report, what are they telling you? Anyways, I don't want to get into it because I can't exactly explain what it is. It may be more of what I think and believe other than what I have looked up. It's what more I remember from what I understand other than me 100% knowing it, because I can't explain it fully. So therefore, I don't want to lie to anybody, and I can't, because there's only one person that I will truly upset if I lie, is myself. Because everybody out there that is downloading and watching and keeping these videos for the future so that I can remember, or you can learn if desired. Because I haven't forgotten one thing in the past 15 years that I have done. All you have to do is call out for the bear, because the bear is sleeping with information somewhere inside of me. When you wake up that information, the bear will be awake and summer has arrived. Otherwise, it's winter and hibernation until you wake me up to remember what I have thought, what I have said, what I remember to know. And now I know because of you. Matter meeting matter, creating the Big Bang. Matter meeting matter. I'm going to ask my father and my mother if that's the way it was. You have a genius level IQ, Ronald, truly. IQ, 9th letter, 18th letter reversed. Q, 17th letter, 10th letter reversed. So the reverse of IQ is 18 and 10, 28, the cycle. The front words is 26. And it's funny that 28 will create 26. Do you know why? 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 equals 16, and 10 equals 26. So Q goes into I. Now your birth is number 52, and that will create Q, and we must always stand on Q. But one of the reasons we stand on Q is because of A, B, C, and D. And this goes back to the bowling pins, because when you set up the last set of bowling pins, you're only going to connect 6 to 9 connected to 10, unless you have set up ass to ass. And I didn't show you this one yet. I didn't show you this one. Hold on a second. Let me get this out. So we set up the, let's set up the bowling pins a little different. We're going to make the bowling pins bigger, right? I'm going to make the bowling pins bigger. Let's make the bowling pins bigger. So this time we're going to set them up back to back. Look at that. Look what happens. I should have left that open, but I didn't. No, I just remember everything. I don't have to have a high IQ for this. I just have to remember everything. You know, you want to give a big IQ, is give it to the guy who created bowling. You want to go A, B, B, C, 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 D, 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 D. You want to do it that way? I didn't create the bowling game. How brilliant am I? I didn't create mathematics. How brilliant am I? You know, I didn't create the game of cards. I didn't create those dice over there. God did. He just didn't tell us everything, so I had to look a little bit deeper. But nothing that I say has to mean anything. I mean, if you go relevant to this over here, there's 9 here, so that's squared just like that. I don't want to take it for a small cube. I want this to be bigger. Rubik's Cube told me more about this, unless this one is the center of Rubik's Cube equaling to 21. You know, Rubik's Cube center moves 6 arms, but it only moves it in 4 and 2 fashion. So here's your bowling game. Now I'm going to create double D's. Yeah, all double D's. And in between, I'm going to have C, C, C. Whoop, did I do that? B, B, and A. So if I have C, 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 I got a little, first of all, I have to have Mars, because C, C, C is, for me, 51, 51, 51 equals to 153. A, E, C. Or you can just say OC if you want. This says ace. 135. There are the value of A, E, I, O, and U. A1, I, 9, O, 15, U, 21, E, 05, 10, 25, 35, 45, 46, 51. Area Mars. Now, if we're going 0, 1, 0, 9, 0, 5, I'll have 10,
15, 16. I'll have 21 to the right, and I'll have 1, 2, 3, and 3 to the left. 321, CBA. Don't want to go too much into that. So we're going to get back to the bowling pins. On the first one, we created 10. But on the second board, we created 6. And it's funny that on the dice, for me, thank you, Jamie. Jamie, I forgot to answer you if you're here in this video. Jamie, I forgot to answer you. I'm very sorry. I didn't see and I don't remember what it was. Very sorry. Jamie, that's, look, here. Check it out. Check it out. Altered images. Hold on, there's a pen in the way. It's my pen. That's right. That's Jamie, Altered Images, Oklahoma City. Jamie. All right. There you go. And don't put an E in there because you know what it's going to say. CKOE, eh? Okay. So over here we have 10 and 6. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a 10. And we're going to turn it over and we got a 4. So we've got 10 and 4. Okay. And then we're going to add the 6 to the 4 to create the 10. So the 6 is missing. So it's an inverted equation. But not only is it inverted, okay, we have 1 plus 0, 1. 6 plus 0, 6. We have 6 on one side, 1 on the other side. What do we have? We have the grandparents. 2 times grandparents. 2 times parents. 4 times grandparents. 2 times parents, 1 child. 42. It took 42 to create the 1 child. 2 grandmothers and 2 grandfathers. That's 4. Had a child each, and those were the parents. 1 was a female, 1 was a male. So it's a little unbalanced. Then they had a child. But if we want to have a child of each, there's going to be more children by these grandparents. And who created these grandparents? The great-grandparents? That means they're from the other side. Because we went on how many cycles did we go? Remember the cycles in bowling? First cycle. Here's the child. First, we had the 2 grandparents, 2 here and 2 here, the mother and the father and the mother and the father. And the mother and the father had a child. And the mother and the father had a child right over here. Just trying to figure. And I'm trying to figure out how this breaks down. Anyways, okay, I'm not getting into it. I didn't practice it before. I didn't see it. I don't know it. So let's keep it out. So here's how the pins go. And in all this, we have all the empty spaces. I'm not sure what's happening in these empty spaces. I'm not sure what's supposed to happen in these empty spaces. Okay, and yes, I'm not even prepared in this video to understand this design. So I might just skip over it. I'm not sure. I just want to paint it a little bit and see what it looks like. So I went from A over to double D, and now I'm going to go from, okay, that's the way it's going to sit. There's something about the play. I'm not really sure what the play is. Can I create the deck of cards out of this? I'm not sure. I just did the 2 ends to create it equal. Here's an A onto this side, and here's the A onto this side. Yes, it does look like 33 on each side. I'm not really sure what it does. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. And I'll try and figure out that design later. The alphabet itself, for those who don't know, if you add up A through Z, it equals to 351. When you add up A through S, it equals to 190. Plus T equals to 210. So U, V, W, X, Y, and Z equals to 141. This is the cube, and this is the passage through the moon. The reason for that is because this 0 will end up doing this. And then I'll just have to do this, and we have the diameter of the moon as well, 9 by 24, equaling to 216, and that is the birth of I into the house planet. This is 351. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 21. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12, 21. I wonder if they knew what was going to happen in 12, 21, right? 33. Or 2 and 2 is 4. 1, 4, 1. 1, 4, 1. That's what it comes out to be. And that's birth in the sun. We were talking also about number 5 and 3, which is actually, sorry that I jumped over that. 5 and 3 is actually 11 craps. And somebody was asking me yesterday about number 36. Well, number 63 is the value for 11. That is its value. It creates the I and the R letters. So this is 11 craps. So 63 goes around with the 21, 22, 38. I don't know if this is 38 gold. This is 101 plus 19 equals to 120. If I use the S on it, which is adding up 1 through 20, nope, which is adding up 1 through 15 equals to 120. That's where the game of pool, stripes and solids will jump into the equation. So we did this whole thing. It's this is the answer. This is, by the way, the cube. This is your 21 points of the cube. When I see this assembly together, right? This is after 20 and all the way to 26, and this is when blackjack begins. I don't know what that all has to do with anything, so I'm going to leave it apart. Let's see where else I had to go. Oh, yes, this also has to be reversed. Sorry if you don't see it well. This is also going to have to be reversed. So we're going to have to go A, B, C, D, E, and F. We'll have to connect here. It'll be F. It'll be E, D, C, B, A. 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27. This now connects. Now, when this connects, now I have to take the rest of the alphabet and create an equation, because this is the end and this is the beginning. Since this is the cube, then this must be what? Is this where our life comes in? I don't know. There's a whole equation in here. This is something new to me. This is something new to me, so I'm going to have to look a little bit deeper and see what's going on. We did the 6 and 1 through bowling. We connected the double D's together, so we can actually do this now, okay, through this design. I just thought of something, that since we have all the double D's in here, what I'm going to do is, here's 6 pins and 6 pins. Here's my 66. And what's in between over here? My 8 pins. And it shows me to be the house planet. Here my pins are duplicated. Everything's duplicated in the house planet with one area space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th gate. The 7th gate of 8. All D's. So I'm just, and here there's 2 of them. I'm just trying to look. Here there's 3. Here there's 3, 2, 1, 6. Right? Here there's 3, 2, 1. There's a center core. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. In fact, you can look at it differently and create this. And when you create that, you're actually creating 88. Anything on an angle says I'm turning a corner. So if you wanted to see all the way over here, but you're driving straight and you only can look straight, you'll never see what's over here. Let me see what else there is to do. So we didn't even finish with the grandparents and the children, which is also 6 and 1. The 4, the 2, the 1. Number 24. Let me go back. The bowling pins. Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito. 28 grams is 1 ounce. 16 ounces is 1 pound. 12 inches to a ruler is a foot. 3 feet, 36 inches is a yard. So here's another number, 36. 36 inches is a yard. But now we have to compensate and understand metric. 288, 4 times 72. So the real conversion of time in a day is 720. 720. There are 4 times 180 to create 720. I'm just trying to talk as I'm just trying to look where I have geometric shapes that, you know what 180 degrees is, right? If you're going somewhere, you can go 180 degrees, but if you go 360, you're coming home. So 180 is the way out. Rotation, 4 times is 288. So 4 times, it's 216, 3 times 72. This is our creation, 216. And this is where it tells me it's my passage through the moon, like a moon cube of some sort, an orange cube. What else does 21? You know what? I need to look for more words that total 21. Okay, I keep saying the same thing. I like to say this because I cannot go to 4. It's 3 times and 1 time, or 4 times and 1 time. That's the way it is, just like the pyramid. You see this pyramid here? You'll say, how many walls? Is it a 3-sided or 4-sided? Okay, now if it was in your hand and it was 3-sided or 4-sided, but what about the walls and the floor? Add 1. There are 2 of them, add 2. So maybe that has to do with tennis. I don't know. My ad, your ad, the scoring of tennis. Bobby Orr, Philadelphia, pedophilia. We did the 1776 yesterday, so I think we're going to go and end this video now. This is part of the plugin. This is where Mars fits in like a plugin, and you join from here to here. House of Mars. They have to mention everything. They have to talk about everything because our minds are in the system. And if we don't know the truth, the whole truth about certain things, that's what I believe about all addictions. When the mind is so set on that addiction, the matrix believes that you know everything because you love that, whatever it is with gambling, or you love whatever it is with alcohol or drugs or abuse. Because you know all the wrong things, you're actually doing the right thing towards the matrix, because we're supposed to know the truth. That it's but we just don't. Anyways, I'm tired. I want to thank you very much for being here. What did happen in 1221? Well, 1221 is the coming of the Christ. It is the 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. It is the freedom. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5. When all the minds came together and we're all worrying, or what percentage of the people started to worry, that is where 55 came in. That is when the portal opened up. Oh no, I don't want to go in the tunnel. When are we coming out of the tunnel? In 2022. 9 years and 1 year coming out of the tunnel. You only went into the tunnel. What happened in the year 2000? Did you get onto the highway? I don't know. But all these are telling a story, because in the year 2000, you have arrived at Venus, 666, 555. ABC, I like to count ABC as 555. 01, 02, 03, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and then it stops. 6, 7, 8, 9 after that will become 6, 6, or no, let's go all the way to 6. 5 all the way to 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 0. Instead of 07, it becomes 6, 7. Instead of 08, it becomes 6, 8. Instead of 09, it becomes 6, 9. Because that makes sense to me. How can I exactly explain it to you? When I say, oh, all zeros equal to 6, I want to use that for the 1 position only. But for the 10 position, I'm going to change it that A through F
where the cube comes in, all zeros equal to 5, because that's your passage. That's your 11 crap passage through the 7th gate. And once you're through the 7th gate, 7, 8, and 9, and where 6 and 1 come together because of the grandparents, the parents, and the child. And I want to thank you for watching this video. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Gold Dust, if you're still here, I don't know anything. I never read a book. I never looked at anything. I don't know nothing. I'm just following all the greatest people in the world. Well, I'm calling them great. But you have a diploma. Let me see what you did. Let me study what you created. Let me study what you shared. And then I'll tell you a story about it. That's all I do. What do I do? What really do? I just connect things. So I know I do not. And I do recommend first putting together all your letters and your numbers, and knowing your numbers and these things and the cards. I think, I don't know, you know, I got something over here my son bought for me, and it's by guru. I don't mean a specific guru. In my head, there is a universal guru, a level of consciousness, a frequency, a vibration, a connection to another plane. I spent all last winter and all last year before at the temple just making love to Maharari in every way, being opened wider, and was so awed by the pure love of a being that there was no place for my Pirano. Every time I turn there, okay, I can't read it. Jesus said, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. Let's go to number 374. No, hold on. Maybe you can read with me. I'm going to read one and then we're going to end it. Those of little faith need long fingernails and long hair to believe it's happening. Lest ye see miracles, ye will not believe. Everything he said was straight. You understand? All that stuff in the Bible is really straight. Look at what happened to Saul of Taurus, for God's sake. There he was riding along the desert on his horse or camel or something, and a voice said to him, "Why are you persecuting me?" He flipped out. He went flying off his horse and fell to the ground. "What do you want of me?" "Start my church. Go to the next town and you'll be instructed." That's what he heard. And he went the whole trip. And that's an astral trip, a very groovy astral trip. So I just started reading this book, so I'm not really sure what it is. This is just sayings. Hold on a second. Let me get into the picture. I am starving. I am starving. 2121. Yeah, oh, good. You switched it around. Very good. So if I switch that around, what I'm going to do to 2121 is I'm going to put another one, and then I'm going to put right next to it on the left side, I'm going to put 2121, and on the right side, I'm going to put 1212, and then I'm going to bring it down, funnel it, and figure out what the pyramid of those numbers are. The pyramid of things, like the bowling pins, there's still other ways to do it. There's other things going on with the bowling pins. And I just want to go over one little thing for myself, of course. I'm going to get back to the bowling pins. I'm going to do the basic bowling pins. Hold on a second. No. Where's the... Okay, here. So what I want to do now is I want to go 1, 4, 9. Okay. And here I'm going to go 8, 8, 8, 8, 32, 9, 4, 1. Do you follow what I just did? A is the first letter, B is the second letter, C is the third letter, 3, 3, 3. D is the fourth letter. So my question is, should I create an equation with the D's? 4 plus 4, 4 times 4 equals 24, and 24, 48, and 48 is 96. So the center of this is 96.
Should I go 3 by 3 by 3 and create 27? 2 and 7 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 by 8 is 32. So we're just going to work with the 32 in the center. 3 plus 2 equals to 5. So we have 1, 4, 9, 5, 9, 4, 1. So when we come to this one over here, I take my page and go backwards to 1776 and Einstein and Neptune. And the reason for that is Einstein is 28 EIN, ST 39 EIN 28 equals 95. When you add up 6824462 equals to 28. When you add up the center row, it equals to 39. You add up the left row, it's 28. Relative. Einstein to 1776. And these are the dividing numbers from 1 through 9 that divide. 7 and 9, 5, 7, and 9 do not divide. Right? And we don't need this one because it's over here times 2. I don't need this one because it's over here times 2. I don't need this one because it's over here times 2. So all I really need is ABC to create the rest, or to create the rest. So this is where my 95 comes in. 45 and 15. 65, 41, 29. The birth and the student DNA. Just basically, this will be 2252, Earth's heart. Anyways, don't want to get too much into that. Where was I? 5 and 9. We were working this 1, 4. So 1 and 4 is 5. So where can I find some room? 9, 5, 9, 9, 5, 9, 1 and 4 is 5. So now I have 5, 9, 5, 9, 5. So here I have 14, and here I have 14. 14 and 14. So I'm going to put a 5, and I'll put a 5. I end up with 5, 5, 5. The day this began, my project, was on the 5th day of the 5th month of 2005. 5 times 5 times 5 equals memory. And it equals to Mars and Earth. 15 or 51, 25 or 52. This is Mars, this is Earth. 512 is part of your memory cycle. I'm just trying to see, and both of these will end up saying 11, 5, 11, which is also the key. The 11th letter, the 5th letter, the 5th and 11th, the 11th letter, 1 and 1 is 2. The 5th letter for 5, the 25th letter is Y for the key. So something to do with the piano, I'm going to imagine. If I just add up these in the center, I end up with 23, which is, again, another 5. So it still would be 5, 23, 5. And this would be BC creation. EBCE. That's what it would be. Beta creation, before the Christ, when it was created. Okay, I guess we're through with this and that. I want to thank everybody who was here, those who will be here, those who missed it. Let me see. No, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know what? It's been a long time since it was like an obligation that I write down everything. Now I try to just tell myself, I know it's there. I'm going to see it again. I know it's there. I'm going to see it again. 2 to the power of 3 and 3 to the power of 2 stand on 17. That's right. 2 to the power of 3 and 3 to the power of 2 is another 17. The bricks. Thank you for watching. Thanks. Someone say thank you. No, not looking at the bricks on the road, not looking at anything. I see everything and anywhere. I see designs. I see all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff out there. I just try to keep my mind off of it and do other things. So,
Yeah, geometry is, I'd like to get into a group that does all kinds of numerology and stuff. It'd be really fun. Take care. Take care. Everybody wave. Everybody wave. Hold on a second.